It opens in this dark room. There's a woman screaming, restrained, giving birth to this deformed child.
And almost immediately, she's killed by some shadowy figure. It's brutal.
Yeah, just moments after the birth. And it seems like this horror, this specific event, might actually tie back to something that happened 2 years earlier.
Right, the initial contact. Apparently, a family just traveling accidentally stumbled into Sector 16.
And the consequences were immediate.
Devastating. Half the family dead the very next day. That's what seems to have triggered the military getting properly involved.
First a search team, right? And then, more recently, this push to install electronic monitoring.
Yeah, but the reasons why they needed monitoring right then, strictly classified, that secrecy itself is a huge red flag. It's like poking a hornet's nest without knowing what's inside.
And the poking immediately drew blood. A technician, Han, he goes into this old mine to set up the equipment. He's thinking, maybe a secret meeting room down the line.
Meanwhile, Dr. Wilson's watching from the control room. He's got a heat sensor monitoring the setup.
But then Wilson sees something odd on the scanner. Just before the connection dies, the screen just goes black.
Total blackout. So Han goes down to check it out. He figures, okay, maybe some fried cables, maybe rats chewed through something. Simple explanation.
But it wasn't simple at all. Dr. Foster tries to contact Wilson, then tries Han. No response. He goes into the mine himself.
And finds Han. Not just dead, brutally disemboweled.
Horrifying. And then Foster sees him, this mutated man, just standing there, eating a snake.
It's surreal. The creature is apparently even amused by Foster's zipper for a second before its demeanor just flips.
And it growls this warning. Run away.
But it's too late for Foster. The attack is swift, almost unseen, and Foster's killed right there.
Then Colonel Reading goes looking for Foster.
And targeted.
Okay, so that's the chilling background. Now, shift scene. We see this group of soldiers. Spitter, Cranks, Napoleon are some of them.
And they're in the middle of this absolutely chaotic training exercise, grenades going off everywhere, smoke, shouting. It looks like total war.
Right, pure chaos. Until this kaboom sound and a drill sergeant, this woman referred to as Mother, steps out with dummy grenades. It was all just a drill.
Yeah, a very intense drill. Sergeant Jeffrey then tears into them, calls their performance moronic. It shows their baseline, their normal world of controlled military aggression.
But then he gives them their real assignment.
And it's a stark contrast. A top secret delivery. 2 scientists in Sector 16.
With very strict orders. Don't wander off. Don't talk to anyone, period.
That shift from the familiar chaos of training to this highly restricted hush-hush mission, that immediately tells you and tells them that whatever's in Sector 16 is way beyond anything they've trained for.
So they head out, and the team's already on edge arriving in Sector 16. They know the history, right? Nuclear test site.
Yeah, the fear of radioactivity is palpable. Jeffrey tries to brush it off, higher ups say it's safe, but you can feel the tension.
It's not just the place. There's friction within the team. The teasing, the banter, it escalates. Crank nearly throws another soldier off the truck during an argument.
That's a key point. Their unit cohesion is already fractured. That internal instability makes them vulnerable before they even face the real threat.
So they arrive at the scientist camp. It's completely deserted. Radios. Dead. Nothing.
Just silence. And this really creepy detail, someone's watching them unseen from behind the rocks nearby. You just get that feeling.
Crank forces open the mine door. Big swarm of bats flies out. Classic horror trope, but effective here.
And inside, they find a satellite phone. Smashed. Destroyed. Any hope of easy communication is gone.
Then suddenly, a voice on the radio. Faint. Desperate. A man says he's up the hill, needs help. Then they see a flash. A signal mirror.
Right. And Jeffrey, maybe feeling the pressure, maybe just by the book, immediately orders a rescue mission. Go, go, go.
But Napoleon speaks up. Sensible idea. Shouldn't we try to contact base first, let him know what's happening?
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
But Jeffrey shuts him down. Hard. Punishes him, actually. Tells him to guard the bathroom. Standing on one leg. It's absurd.
It really is. And he leaves Amber behind, tells her to keep trying the radio. So he splits the team, ignores good advice. Crucial mistakes.
And the fallout is immediate. Amber tries the radio. She gets a single chilling hello? Then silence. Nothing. Just static.
Meanwhile, the rescue party heads up the hill. Mickey, one of the soldiers, stumbles and falls into this incredibly deep hole. Looks ancient, maybe 100 meters down.
He survives the fall, but his ankle's badly injured. Jeffrey, still mission-focused, tells him to head back to the camp alone, get patched up.
sending an injured man back alone into that environment. It basically seals Mickey's fate, though they don't know it yet.
Back at the camp, things get even weirder and much, much worse. Napoleon's stuck on that ridiculous bathroom duty.
And then something comes out of the toilet. First a hand, then an arm.
And it's Dr. Wilson, the scientist from the control room. He emerges covered in these strange cuts, barely alive.
He just manages to whisper, "They are here," before he dies right there in front of Napoleon.
And Napoleon realizes, looking at the cuts, this wasn't a quick attack. It was slow, like an infection, something festering. It adds this whole other layer of biological horror.
Yeah, it's not just claws and teeth anymore. So Napoleon finds Amber. They try the radio again, useless. Then they see it.
The truck. Their only way out. It's on fire, engulfed in flames.
And Amber's rifle, gone. Taken. They're stranded, partially disarmed.
This forces another terrible choice. Amber has to go find Jeffrey and the others, warn them. Napoleon has to stay behind. Alone.
Amber sets off, but she doesn't get far. Ambushed. Mutant attack.
She fights back hard, uses a rock, shows real grit, but it's not enough.
Then Mickey appears. Injured ankle and all, he gets a shot off, hits the mutant, forces it back into one of the mine holes. A moment of relief.
But it's tragically brief, because then, from a different hole nearby, another hand shoots out, grabs Mickey's injured ankle.
Oh, God. And it just starts pulling him down.
Pulling him to the darkness. Amber and Napoleon grab him, try to pull him back. It's this horrific tug of war.
You hear his legs snap, the sound. Ooh. And he's dragged down through the rocks until he just disappears into the abyss.
It's brutal, a visceral display of how utterly powerless they are against whatever is down there.
Meanwhile, up on the hill, Jeffrey's group is struggling. Delmer's making this dangerous climb. Missy gets distracted for a moment watching a video of her son on her phone.
A small moment of humanity before the horror resumes. Then they find Dr. Foster's body. The reality is sinking in.
Spitter tries the radio again. Still nothing from the camp. Then they get that weird call, supposedly from Redding.
Yeah, but Missy's sharp. She notices, that doesn't sound like Redding. A hint that something else is manipulating things, maybe using the radios.
Before they can process that, another mutant attacks Spitter. Chaos erupts.
Total panic. Spitter fires wildly and accidentally shoots Jeffrey. Multiple times.
Oh, no.
Jeffrey goes down. He's dead. Just like that. Friendly fire in the confusion.
And right then, Amber and Napoleon arrive. They bring the news. Mickey's dead too, dragged into the earth.
The despair is overwhelming. Unit discipline, morale, it's just crumbling under the weight of it all.
They try to salvage something, decide to carry Jeffrey's body down. They rig up a rope system.
Spitter's managing the rope for Jeffrey's body, but then the rope snaps. He loses his balance.
And falls all the way down. Another casualty.
Crank immediately blames Napoleon, the tension flaring up again. But Delmer looks closer at the rope.
And he sees it. It wasn't frayed. It didn't just break.
It was cut. Cleanly cut. And then they check their gear. All the spare ropes, gone.
Someone or something is actively trapping them, cutting off their escape routes, taking their supplies. It's intelligent, malevolent.
That realization changes everything. They're not just fighting monsters. They're being hunted, strategically dismantled. They search for another way down, desperate, finding only dead ends.
Then they hear a noise, follow it, and find Colonel Reading barely alive.
He's laughing, this horrible, eerie laugh. Then he stands up, somehow has a gun, and before he ends it himself.
He tells them. He gives them the horrifying truth.
Yeah, he says there are humans living in the mines, mutated, leftovers from old radioactive experiments conducted down there. They kill the men, but they take the women for breeding.
That just chills you to the bone. It explains the motivation. It's not just killing, it's propagation, a grotesque continuation of life.
And Rating's final act, taking himself out, leaves them with this horrifying knowledge and absolutely no leader, no backup. They are completely on their own with this awful truth.
So now they know what they're facing and why it's so terrifying, especially for the women. Missy, thinking fast, sets up a trap with Amber using some fishing line.
Seems like they get one. A mutant trips, falls, looks dead, but it's a deception.
While Missy steps away for a moment, finds a private spot. Another mutant, perfectly camouflaged like living rock, just grabs her.
Drags her, kicking and screaming, into the mine entrance. The abduction Rating warned about happens right then. Calculated. Brutal.
The team doesn't hesitate. They have to go in after her. Except for one, Stump.
Yeah, Stump decides it's suicide. He says he's going for help, which, as we know by now, is completely pointless. There's no help coming.
The others push on into the darkness, searching for Missy. And they can feel it. They're being watched.
They hit a dead end. But they find Missy's phone. A small clue. Delmer then finds it metal sheets, cleverly hidden, covering a tunnel going down.
He manages to slide down, clear some rocks, gets to a lower level. The others follow. Amber has this moment of panic, a spider on her arm.
Freaks her out, understandably, but she pushes through it, shows you how desperate they are, forcing themselves past their fears.
Meanwhile, Stump, trying to find his own way down outside the main mine entrance. It doesn't end well.
No. Falling rocks, creepy noises. He tries to climb down a sheer drop without a rope. Bad idea.
And then a mutant just appears above him, cuts his hand, he loses his grip.
And falls. To his death, another one picked off, alone. The mine, or whatever's in it, isolates and eliminates.
Back with the main group, they follow a breeze, find an opening. They look down and see the bodies of their friends below. It's bitter, Jeffrey.
And they see the cut rope ends dangling there. Confirmation they were deliberately trapped.
The next tunnel is flooded. Water-filled passage. Things are so bleak now, Amber actually saves one bullet for herself, just in case.
That tells you everything about their mental state. Then, disaster strikes again. The ground gives way beneath Amber and Napoleon.
They fall down to another, deeper level, separated again.
Crank and Delmer are left stranded above. They have to make this incredibly risky jump across a wide chasm to try and follow. And all this time...
The mutant that took Missy, it's down there with them, hiding, just out of sight, watching, waiting.
And now we follow Missy into the absolute heart of the darkness. The mutant drops her in this dusty, horrible room.
He speaks to her, Mama pretty. It's grotesque. Unsettling doesn't cover it.
Missy, showing incredible defiance even now, spits right in his face.
Bad move. He strikes her down violently, tastes her blood from the wound, calls it sweet. Then he tries to assault her.
But she fights back, bites off a piece of his tongue, kicks him hard, tries desperately to get away. It's a raw, brutal struggle for survival against the specific gendered horror Redding described.
And then it gets even worse. The big mutant arrives. Papa, they seem to call him. He continues the abuse. It suggests this: horrifying family structure, twisted generations in the dark.
While this is happening, Napoleon and Amber are fighting for their lives elsewhere. They find Stump's headband and just his severed hand. Grim evidence.
Napoleon's out of ammo, fires his empty gun uselessly. The mutant closes in.
But Amber reacts fast, smashes the mutant in the eye with something, blinding it. Then Napoleon grabs a rock and just bashes the creature's head in, kills it. Primal, brutal.
No sooner do they kill that one than another appears. This one seems blind, maybe relies on sound.
They scramble away, find a hatch. As they escape through it, another mutant, different from the others, surprisingly slams the hatch shut behind them. Whispers, they're safe now.
A friendly mutant. What is going on down there? It's so confusing. Are some different? Or is it a trap?
We don't know, but then Crank and Delmer arrive in that same tunnel. They call out.
And the sound draws the blind mutant's attention. It fires some kind of projectile weapon. Hits Delmer.
Crank manages to kill the blind creature, but now they're both completely out of ammunition, defenseless.
They find the hatch, reunite with Napoleon and Amber. The friendly mutant is still there. It gestures, leads them through a hidden passage.
And the passage opens into, well, it's a charnel house. A horrifying workspace.
Bodies everywhere. Piles of personal belongings from victims, dismembered limbs on tables, hanging from hooks. There's even a meat grinder.
It's the mutant's larder, their processing room. And Amber sees him. Mickey. His body is there among the others.
Devastating. Just then Delmer, wounded already, just collapses. He dies right there in Crank's arms. The toll is just relentless.
They can't leave him. They start dragging Delmer's body, following the friendly mutant towards what looks like an exit, but the door's jammed shut.
Crank sees demolition charges nearby, dynamite. He gets an idea, starts trying to pry the door open, planning to use the explosives.
The friendly mutant tries to warn him off, makes frantic gestures, but Crank's desperate. Amber, meanwhile, insists she has to find Missy. Napoleon goes with her. They head back into the tunnels.
Leaving Crank alone with the dynamite. He grabs a box, but somehow he pulls a wire accidentally.
Boom! A huge explosion. The whole area rocks. Debris rains down.
Napoleon and Amber, hearing the blast, rush back. They find Crank dead, killed by his own desperate attempt to escape.
Missy. The big mutant has her now, tying her to some kind of metal bed. Her screams echo through the mines.
Napoleon and Amber follow the screams. The explosion actually blasted open a new way, leading them into that original army meeting room they were looking for.
But they're not safe yet. A mutant, bizarrely dressed up like a test dummy, lunges out of the shadows, attacks Napoleon.
They fight it off. Kicks, struggling. Napoleon uses his knife. Amber jabs it with her empty gun. They manage to kill it. Another weird, unsettling encounter.
Through some broken planks, they see the big mutant with Missy. They need a plan. Fast.
And they come up with something pretty clever. Amber takes Missy's phone, slips into another connected room, and plays that video of Missy's son loud.
The sound lures the big mutant away, investigating the noise. It works. They rush in, quickly untie Missy.
But just as they're freeing her, he smashes back through the wall. He knows he's been tricked.
He attacks Napoleon again, throws him aside, goes for Missy. Amber remembers that last bullet she saved.
She fires, hits him square in the head.
But it's not enough. It just takes off a chunk of his skull, exposes brain tissue. He's enraged, grabs Amber, starts choking her.
This is it. The final confrontation. Napoleon grabs a metal rod, jams it into the mutant, trying to pin him.
Amber, being choked, does something horrific but necessary. Reaches up, shoves her fingers into the brain wound, and just scrambles it.
The big mutant collapses. Missy, furious, grabs a hammer and just repeatedly snashes him in the groin.
Right.
Primal rage unleashed.
He still grabs her ankle. Even then, Napoleon finds an axe, hacks at the arm until it lets go. Then, to finish it, absolutely finish it, Napoleon shoves his pistol into the mutant's mouth and pulls the trigger one last time.
It's gruesome. A collaborative, desperate, brutal end to the nightmare creature.
And they're finally free. The three survivors, Napoleon, Amber, Missy, battered, traumatized, but alive, they make their way out of the mine.
An absolutely harrowing escape after unimaginable loss and terror.
But here's the really disturbing epilogue. Their story doesn't get told. The military covers it all up.
What happens to them officially?
Listed as a wall. Absent without leave. Their families are never told the truth. Sector 16 is sealed off again, still monitored by radar, still a secret.
Suggesting it's not really over, just contained. For now.
Exactly. The horror might still be down there, waiting.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? About these hidden places, these secret projects. What happens when science goes wrong, gets buried, and then mutates?
What else could be lurking in these forgotten corners? Consequences of things we were never meant to know? That silence from Sector 16, it's maybe the most chilling part of the whole thing. What else is out there?